learning, we discussed that supervised learning has two types: classification and regression. Regression regression is a theory where, based on previous inputs, machine predict continuous output value. So, in case of regression, the output value will be numeric. In case of classification and in case of supervised learning, we discuss some examples also. Like this example, where output classes are 0 to 9, there are only 10 possible outcomes. Although this data is numeric, but there are only 10 possible outcomes, and hence this handwritten digit recognition is a case of classification. In case of classification, the output is always qualitative. There is an input, there is an output, but the output is qualitative. But in case of regression, the output is quantitative. So if you have not watched the previous part of this series, I recommend you to watch that previous part. It's in our channel. I will uh, provide the link of that video in the description of this video. And now let's get started with regression. So based on previous inputs, machine predict continuous output value. We discussed that in machine learning, uh, we have to create a function, and that function can predict future outcomes. In case of supervised learning, we have input and we have output as well. We have past data with us. We have that past sample data that we can use to predict something about the future. And on the basis of that past data, the input is known as predictor, and the output in case of classification learning is known as a class, but in case of regression the output is mostly numeric value. So we have an input, then we apply some algorithm to kind of create the formula, create the function, and then we have a numeric value which is the output. So here you can see a graph. In this graph you can see there is an x-axis, there is an y-axis. So we have some points, we have some data that belongs to x-axis, we have some data that belongs to y-axis, and when we have plotted the graph, so these scatter points are produced with the help of the data which we have. As you can see, when x is increasing, the value of y is increasing. With the help of these scatter plots, it is obvious that when x is increasing, y is increasing. But there is no linear relationship between them. So we cannot create a simple formula. We cannot create a simple function that can connect all these dots together. So we apply a technique here. This is mostly known as regression technique, in which we place a line, or we fit a line between our scatter points, and this line is such that the square distance between these points and this regression line should be minimum. The error should be minimum. We will discuss about these things in this video. If you are not getting this point, then this thing will be made clear to you how this line is created with the help of the input and output data that we have in our data set. Now let's consider an example which will make you understand the concept of regression, and which will also help you in understanding where we can apply regression, where we can apply algorithms that are with regression. Here you can see linear regression, polynomial regression, logistic regression, and many other types of regression algorithms are already created by scientists. These algorithms are available in the libraries of Python. These and with the help of these algorithms, we can create a program. We can create a machine learning program that can predict future outcomes with the help of training data. So the data which we have from past, the data which we have from our model, or the sample data which is present in dataset is used to create a function, and that function is used to predict future values for future inputs, future output values for future inputs. But remember, in case of regression, the output is a numeric value. So we have an example here where we are discussing about price prediction of used motorcycle. Suppose there is a shop which sells used motorcycles, and there people or that shop has to decide what should be the expected price of that particular motorcycle. And there are some input parameters like make or brand, year, in which year the motorcycle was manufactured, and what is the mileage, what is the current mileage of that particular motorcycle. So input parameters are also known as attributes or features, and these input parameters are used to calculate the are used to kind of create the formula, create the function which will be used to predict future values. But that function in case of supervised learning regression problems cannot be created without the help of a output parameter. So this output parameter is the expected price, but this price is known to us. So we have, let's say we have a thousand, we have a list of 1,000 motorcycles, and we know their make, their year, their mileage, and their price. So we know the all the data about 1,000 motorcycles, and on the basis of that data we have to create a formula that will predict the expected price. Now, price prediction in this case can be achieved with the help of curve fitting. So what is curve fitting in this case? What is curve fitting in this case? Curve fitting is also known as function fitting. So curve fitting is constructing a curve or a mathematical function. So we were discussing about curve fitting, that is constructing a curve or mathematical function. And you can see that on x-axis we have mileage, and on y-axis we have price. Uh, all the attributes which we have available from our input data, the input attributes of motorcycle, we have chosen the mileage here, and this is a sample representation where when we plotted the graph between mileage and price, we got these scatter points, we got these points. So, and we have tried to draw a line of best fit between these points. So this is least squares regression line. It makes the vertical distance from the data point to the regression line as small as possible. That means this distance should be minimum. This distance is also known as the error, which we will discuss in the later parts of this series. So it is called a least square because the best line of fit is one that minimizes the variance, that is sum of squares of errors. So, and also the equation of this line will be y is equal to mx plus c because it's a straight line, and we know that the equation of a straight line is y is equal to mx plus c, where m is the slope of line. In this case we are getting a negative slope. That means when mileage is increasing, the price is decreasing in this particular case. Now, input attributes of motorcycle will be on x-axis, and in this case, the input attribute is mileage, and the output, the numeric output, that is price, will be on the y-axis. So, these blue dots here are the input data which we have, and this red line here is our expected parameter, is our expected output. So we can put any value of x on this line. Like, we don't have data at this point, but we can get the value of mileage, and we can uh, point mileage at this point, and we can calculate the corresponding y value. Now, this is another example. In this example of supervised learning regression, this is linear regression example. So we have a year from 1968 to 2018, between intervals of 2 years each, and we have per capita income of a country, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000. So on the y-axis we have numerical data, on the x-axis we have numerical data. So the output data should be numeric, so which we have a numeric data, and you can see that these points, these dots, these circles are the actual values which we have in data set. That means for year 1970 we have some value, for year 2000. So for all these years, the per capita income, the calculated per capita income, average income is this much, whatever is given in this data. We can see that when year is increasing, that means when we are advancing towards 2018, the per capita income of this country is increasing. This particular analysis, or this graph, is made with the help of Tableau, and the theory and the process for creating this type of graph and the information of the data set is available in one of our tutorial on this channel itself. I will give you the link of that video also. You can watch that if you want, if you are familiar with Tableau. Now, this line here is the best fit line, as we discussed earlier. So that we can predict the per capita income in the future, or suppose we don't have per capita income for 1999. So if we don't have, we can predict per capita income at any point of interval between these points, or in future also. So with the help of linear regression, we can, although the data here is not in a straight line, the data which we are getting, the output that we are getting is not in a straight line, but we can draw a straight line such that the distance between these points and this line, the square of distance, the square of error, should be minimum. Now, to understand the concept of linear regression, and that too without any coding, like we will not code anything in Python or any other language. We will just make you understand the mathematics behind it, and we will try to explain how linear regression works. So suppose we have two parameters here. X is the input parameter and y is the output parameter. So x is the independent variable and y is the dependent variable, and they are related with each other with some formula which we don't know for now. So suppose we conducted an experiment, and uh, we we had these references. So the x input was known to us, but we got these values from our machine or whatever we were doing. So in our experiment we got these y values, and if we plot this x and y in a two-dimensional graph, we will see that these are the points. So you can see these are the scatter points. That means at when x is 1, y is 5. When x is 3, y is 6, and so on. Now, first of all, we have to calculate the mean of x and mean of y. That we are doing this to calculate, or to uh, kind of calculate the function. We want to know the function, the relation between input and output, and on the basis of that we want to calculate the line of best fit between these points. The line of best fit that will help us in predicting the future values for this system, because this is in this system the values are not linear, the values are random. But if we fit a line between these points, and the line, as discussed earlier, the line should be such that the vertical distance between the point and the line should be minimum. The sum of all the vertical distances, the sum of square of all the vertical distances should be minimum. Now, first of all, in order to create linear regression without, in order to create a line of best fit without any type of coding, what you have to do is calculate the mean of x and y. The mean of x and y in this case is 5.0 and 6.2. So we have plotted this with this orange point. You can see the mean is this. Now the formula to calculate the slope of line, the slope, this line, what will be the slope of this line? It is also known as coefficient. So what will be the coefficient of linear regression? We, to calculate that, we have to use this formula, that sum of the product of x minus the mean of x, all x, y minus the mean of all y, sum of all x, and this. So first of all, we have x and y. So x minus the mean of x in all cases is written here, and thus x minus xi, the sum will be if we add all these things together. Now based on this data we can calculate x minus xi whole square, and that will be 16, 4, 0, 4 and 16 respectively for these values of x minus xi. We can calculate similarly y minus yi. So if you are studying this, you can pause this, you can take some random x values and take some random y values, and do then calculate this data, and on the basis of this data, means you can sum everything together. The sum of this particular column will be 40, and the sum of values in this particular column will be 20. So based on this data we can calculate the slope of line that we are going to draw is 0.5. The slope is tan theta. Slope is also known as tan theta. So if you arc tan, if you will calculate the arc tan for zero point 0.5, it will be somewhere around 26 degrees. So 26 degrees will be the slope of that line that we know from this information. But we don't have to worry about the slope because we can calculate that. The yi is 6.2. Now the equation of any straight line is y is equal to mx plus c, where m is the slope of that line, the angle. From this m we get the information of the angle of that line. This m in regression is known as coefficient, and here c represent the intercept, and this intercept is made by the line on the y-axis. So if this c is a positive value, that means the line touches the y-axis on uh, positive y-axis, and in other cases, you know, for negative values there is different scenario. So now when we know the value of m, based on this x and this y is equal to mx plus c, we can calculate the value of c, because this mean value here will give us. Now once you will calculate all these parameters, the value of c will be known to you. So putting the value of m and c in this equation, m and y and xm in this equation, so where xm is the mean of all x values and ym is the mean of all value. Actually the values are this 1357 and 56469. So we have erased that part. So we have value of xm here, we have value of ym here, which is the mean value of all the xm here is mean of all the x values, ym here is the mean of all y values. So putting this in the equation of line, we will get c is equal to 3.7, and this is the intercept on y-axis, and because the value is positive, so line must pass through 0 comma 3.7, and the other point is 5 comma 6.2, this mean. Why we are taking mean? Because the mean of all x values and the mean of all y values will be used to predict the output, and it will be used to see how much error we are getting in our predictor. Now we know that to plot a straight line we only need 2 points, and we have these 2 points with these two coordinates, and on the basis of the data which we have, now we can plot this line. So this point here is approximately 3.7, and this point here is approximately 5 comma 6.2. So 5 comma 6.2 and 0 comma 3.7, if we plot a line, then this line here will be the best fit. If you will draw, so we have done that. If you will draw vertical lines between these points, then this particular thing will be known as error. That means is not our data that we are getting data that we are getting here is the output data which we want to predict. So we created on the basis of this x and y, the predicted output which we are getting here is 4.2, 5.2, and so on. So what we did there is we took x-axis. So these red dots here are representing the y output which we have initially in the data, and this x here will be used to create all yp here is the predicted output, or the output which we have to predict here. So because we are putting these values in a straight line, in the equation of a straight line, so the output which we will get is a straight line. So this blue line here is representing output values of y, and when you connect these output values with respect to, so let's say for 1 we have 4.2, output value is 4.2. When x value of x is 3, then output value is 5.2, 6.2, and so on. So for different values of x, we have different values of y, and we when we will plot that data, that will be a straight line. This straight line here is the line of best fit, is known as line of best fit for linear regression, and these points here represent the original data. So you can see that this line is not perfectly covering all the points here, but it is somewhere in between all the points, and this line is such that the best fit line is such that it has the least square distance between the regression line and the data points. So between so this line will be used to predict the outcome. Now, on this line, on the basis of this formula, you can take any x input. That will be a future x input, and this system will tell us the answer. So this is called linear regression. Linear regression is an algorithm that is used to predict future values with respect to the function that is created with the help of input and output data. The important point here is the output data is numerical, and this is how linear regression works. So this is the theory of linear regression, and with the help of function fitting. And we have polynomial regression. Here we have one input, one output. We have multiple linear regression also. We have polynomial regression. We have logistic regression, and there are various types of regression there. So we will cover practical problems with coding of all those parts, and we will discuss the theory of all those regression, all those algorithms as well. But for this session, for now, we have covered the supervised learning part. We have covered the theory of supervised learning, theory of classification in supervised learning, theory of linear regression in supervised learning. This theory will be helpful in performing some practical or in doing some practical projects on some data sets that will be best for doing linear regression. We will do some project that will be best for doing classification problem, and we will demonstrate you in the next parts of this video series. So we are doing a quick recap of this particular, or a quick revision of what we studied in this particular tutorial. So we studied that supervised learning has a type regression, and in regression based on the previous input, machine predicts continuous output values. We have input, then we have algorithm, then we have a numeric value. This algorithm is decided on the basis of type of data that is needed to be predicted. Type of input data we have, type of output data we have. So there are various things to consider before picking any particular algorithm. In this particular session, we are discussing linear regression, which is the most common algorithm for regression. Now, uh, we discussed about an example where we have input parameters of a motorcycle. In output parameter, we have the expected price of the motorcycle. We can have uh, 1000 such values, 1000 distinct values of distinct motorcycles, and on the basis of input parameters and output parameters, we'll be able to predict the price of any particular bike on the basis of mileage. So we can calculate the formula, we can calculate the coefficient, we can calculate the intercept, and y will be the future value which is to be predicted, and on the basis of the future input which we'll have. Now we discussed about this per capita income example also. We discussed about this example where we have some x values, some y values. First, we have to plot those values. We will, if we are getting a linear plot, then there's no need to calculate anything. We can say that the data points are in line itself, but we are not getting a linear plot. That's why we have to draw a line of best fit. For that, we have to first we have to calculate the mean of x values, mean of y values, and plot the mean and plot a point which is uh, mean of x values comma mean of y values. Now to draw a straight line, we must have 2 points. So the second point will come from this equation. To calculate the second point, we have to calculate the y-intercept, and to calculate y-intercept, we have to calculate the slope. To calculate the slope, we have this formula. You can write down this formula. You can take any number of x input, any number of y input. You can perform some random experiment on your own. In our experiment, the value of slope is zero point 0.5, and on the basis of this mean values of x, mean values of y, we can calculate the value of c. The value of c will give us the second point 0, 3.7, because the definition of c, the definition of intercept is that it touches the y axis at this particular point. So now since we have 2 points, we can create a line, and when we know m, we know that this angle will be 26 degree. So you can draw an angle of 26 degree and you can see that it is coming to be 26 degree. Now after plotting this line, this you will have the equation, you will have the necessary equation with you. Zero point 0.5 is the m, 3.7 is the c, so mx plus c is available, and you can predict any future value of y with respect to any future value of x. So put 10 here and you will get the value of y when x is 10. Put 20 here and you will get the value of y. If you will put 20 here, the value of y will be 13.7, and that will lie on the same line. So in this way you can predict future output, and linear regression is used to predict data with respect to the input and output data which we have in past. We can draw infinite number of lines as fit line, but the best line has the least square distance between the regression line and data point.